a conversation during your confirmation hearing about the issue of abortion, and you testified that you understood that there are differing views on the issue and expressed hope for finding common ground. Recent polling suggests that 60% of Americans oppose using tax dollars to pay for abortions, which the Hyde Amendment prevents. And that seems to me like an area of common ground. Yet in the president's budget, you propose to eliminate the Hyde Amendment. And so I guess my question is, if maintaining Hyde is not your idea of common ground, what is?
Senator, at the end of the day, we have to try to make sure that we're providing the best health care services to all Americans as possible. I think the law of the land does say that a woman, just like a man, is entitled to have the health care services that he or she needs. And so we would try to move forward to make sure that we provide access to good quality care as affordable as possible. And we're going to move forward trying to fulfill that area of the law. And we do know there is great support for Roe v. Wade in trying to protect a woman's right to decide how to treat her own body and her health care services. And so I hope that what we'll do is we'll reach some common ground on how we can get that done.
Well, and I would just say in response to that, but you know, the Hyde Amendment goes back to the 1980s, and it always has been understood, even by the President of the United States when he was a member of the United States Senate, that is an area of, you know, having tax dollars, American tax dollars used to support that is a bridge too far, and something that both sides have agreed through the years in legislation not to cross. And it's very, I think, disappointing for one, but two, inconsistent with what has been long held bipartisan policy on that issue to try and do away with Hyde. And so I can't disagree more with you or with the administration on their view on that. It has consistently been on a very controversial issue, granted, the area where there has been broad bipartisan agreement through the years. On the issue of telehealth, I noticed that the budget does not contain Medicare-related legislative proposals to address the telehealth flexibilities that have been available throughout the pandemic. What has the department been working on to ensure that progress isn't lost? And have you identified any specific telehealth policies that you want to see Congress work on?
Great question, Senator. It's something that's important to so many Americans. We look forward to having taken the lessons of COVID-19 and how telehealth became so important to so many communities to then put that into practice moving forward. We'll need some authorities to have flexibility to do some of these things within Medicare, and we hope that Congress will help us move forward in ways that really do harness the types of things that we learned from COVID-19. We want to make sure that broadband is accessible in all communities. We don't want to leave anyone behind as we move towards more telehealth. And we're learning that you can do a lot of good health care without ever having to even see the person that you're providing treatment to. So there are any number of lessons that we've learned from COVID, and we hope that Congress gives us some broader authority and some resources to make it happen.
Thank you. As you know, many of us on this committee are interested in how HHS and Treasury are verifying eligibility for the newly expanded ACA subsidies. And I think we would welcome any commentary that you can share now in response to the letter that we sent last month. And additionally, in light of the budget's proposal to make these expanded subsidies permanent, what analysis has been done by the department to understand the effect of the proposal on premiums and enrollment in the large and small group markets where most Americans get their coverage?
Senator, we'll look forward to working with you and sharing that data. What we're trying to do is avoid, obviously, for those families, mostly middle-class families, who all of a sudden hit this cliff when it comes to coverage and fall off the cliff simply because they may have gotten a small raise in their work, and all of a sudden that health care that they were able to afford now becomes unaffordable, eats up all that modest raise they may have received. We don't want folks falling off that cliff, and so we'll share that data with you as we work towards a solution.
For years, we've heard about adverse selection, the risk it poses to insurance markets for individuals to wait to purchase health coverage until they need it. The budget highlights the special enrollment period for the ACA exchanges that will have been ongoing for the half of 2021 by the time it ends in August. What analysis has the department done on how this affects the risk pool, and can we expect to see the administration continue to pursue such a drastically extended enrollment period moving forward?
We will share data on that as well, but I'm pretty sure that most of the insurers will tell you the fact that more than 1 million people have taken up the call to sign up for health care. Today we have more than 31 million Americans receiving their health care as a result of the Affordable Care Act. That helps insurers because, as you know, you gotta spread your risk as an insurance company. Well, more people that come into the system, the less risk you have that one of those people will be very sick. And so at the end of the day, I think this is going to be not just good for the providers and the insurers, but certainly for the Americans who are getting health care.
My time's expired.
I thank my colleague. Our next